I'm Chuck Collins, bringing you Beyond the Truth. Tonight's story tells of an all-American company that has developed a plan to help save our schools and bring our country into an age of technology and progress, and much more. It's helping us go green. From the mind of the same people who brought America ethanol gas and cash for clunkers comes an all-American solution to some really big problems. Of course, no one can really explain this revolutionary idea more convincingly than the creator himself. Dr. Funk.
It's Funke.
Oh, sorry. Dr. Funke, what exactly is this plan all about?
You see, Chuck, our country is facing numerous economic problems. In particular, school districts are taking the hardest hit. So, very seldom do we find a solution that helps the economy and is good for the environment at the same time.
But that is exactly what he has done. Dr. Funke is taking advantage of developing technologies. It's no secret that Kindles and e-books are a sensation across the globe.
After my work on ethanol gas, I realized how many unnecessary resources America has that could be put to better use. For example, what is one resource that is becoming absolutely obsolete in this country? Books. You see, the generation of tomorrow doesn't need books.
So, what are you proposing we do?
What are books made of?
Paper.
Where does paper come from?
Trees.
And what are trees made of?
Wood.
Exactly. Books are wood. So, if we replace lumber with books, our economy and our environment would bounce back in no time.
It makes so much sense. We cut down so many trees to make books when technology has given books a chance to finally give back to society and the environment.
Anything we make out of trees, we can make out of books.
Really?
Yes! Buildings, furniture, baseball bats, we make them out of books.
And that would work?
Yes. Books are wood.
True.
So we could also use them as firewood.
Wow, this is a versatile resource.
I know. You just take your old copies of Fahrenheit 451 and 1984 and bam! Instant firewood.
Wow,
Yeah. It saves trees too.
that's amazing.
Here. Like a marshmallow?
Dr. Funke's plan would have a varied and far-reaching impact on schools, the economy, and society at large. Schools will finally have the funding they have been whining endlessly for, so that they can better educate our students and lead them to be successful and conforming members of society. Think about it. With the book, there are so many distractions with all the pictures and words and glossy pages and indexes, it's hard to pay attention. But if we put all their books in our laptop, well, then you bet we have their attention.
See this book? Can you get on the internet with this book? Can you buy more books with this book? Can you play Angry Birds with this book? Useless.
Libraries can take all those books that they have simply sitting on the shelves, collecting dust, and sell them, thereby getting all the funds they could ever want. The construction industry and other local businesses will be stimulated, as they now have a cheap alternative to traditional lumber: books. Jobs will be created processing these books. More and more, we see that this plan will perform life-giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on the dying, drowned swimmer that is our economy. And Dr. Funke is the lifeguard.
Truthfully, we all know it was too little government regulation that got us into this economic pickle. So, by transforming books to e-books, we will give the government the oversight needed to prevent the pernicious book industry from ravaging our economy.
Not only that, But the government can take a proactive role in people's reading. They can collect data on the kinds of books you like to read, and then suggest more books that you might like, based on those suggestions. So, we're going to fund schools, improve education, and stimulate the economy. Wow! What's next?
I'm glad you asked. You see, we don't even really need schools.
You don't say.
I do. You see, education takes up so much of the budget at multiple levels of the government. So, in the face of the mounting budget deficits...
We cut the schools.
Exactly. We can tear down the school buildings, and all the other students can go to school on the internet.
Before cutting schools, we were required to hire a large number of teachers, thus thinning out their salaries and making the average teacher's pay very low. However, with this plan, we won't be forced to hire as many teachers, thus exponentially increasing teachers' salary to the level at which they all deserve. Well, thank you for sharing your ideas with us, Dr. Funke.
Well, Chuck, it was my pleasure.
You know, I can't wait to hear what your idea on healthcare is.
Oh, well, believe me, Chuck, it's to die for.
Choosing the right public policy is sometimes a difficult task. But sometimes perfection is staring us in the face. Wake up, America. Smell the freedom. I'm Chuck Collins, and we just brought you Beyond the Truth. Good night.
This segment of Beyond the Truth with Chuck Collins, investigatory journalist, brought to you in part by Amazon, the makers of Kindle, the world's best-selling e-reader, and Barnes & Noble, the makers of Nook.
Put your back into it. Do your thing like it ain't nothing to it. Shake, shake that. Bounce. Y'all already know what I'm about. The flow sounds sick over.
You see, in addition to... Our pouring... Oh my gosh. He is into the marketplace of variants. Well, the government can go... Stop, Mason!
Do I need to leave?
Doing all kinds of things that are bad, that are...
Okay, keep going. I'm almost out of battery. Keep going.
In beta! Instant... Alright, let's reframe that.
All right, just keep. Go back.
I have to learn my lines for Sergey.
Go back.
Get my drink on, nigga, on the dance floor. Look, homie, I don't dance, all I do is